Rays offense sprung into life last night at the Trop, pounding out 13 hits and scoring a season-high 8 runs. Tonight, impressive rookie right-hander Yanni Chirinos goes to the hill against a familiar face, former Rays lefty Matt Moore and the Texas Rangers. Tonight we welcome you to Tropicana Field as this 9-game homestand continues. This will be the middle game of a 3-game series as the Rays play host to the Texas Rangers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. So good to have you with us as the Rays are coming off a victory over this Texas ball club. A lot of offense last night from up and down the lineup, and at the very bottom of the lineup, Malik Smith leading the charge with 4 hits.
Maybe he shouldn't be there the way that he's swinging the bat right now. You know, a couple of Rays on a roll. We're going to start with Malik Smith. He is hitting down in the lineup, facing left-handed pitchers. We'll get into that later, but look at what he's done over the last 7 ball games, making a mockery of the game right now. 15 out of 28, a couple of doubles, a couple of triples. The main reason why he is using the whole field. 1 base hit there. We saw the 2 hits into right field, but the vast majority of the hits right here go the other way. And when you use the whole field, you become extremely dangerous as a hitter, and that's exactly what Malik Smith is right now. The other guy that we want to talk about, the guy taking the mound tonight for the Rays, Yanni Chirinos, has not given up a run. 14 and a third innings, spanning 3 different appearances. 2 of them have been starts. Great mix of pitches, good sinker, good slider, a devastating split changeup. And I'm going to tell you something, he's going to look to continue that role here tonight against a lineup that is susceptible to all of his offerings.
And Yanni Chirinos will be matched up against the former Ray, the left-hander Matt Moore. Traded from the Rays to the Giants and since moving on to this Texas Ranger ball club. And when we come back, Michelle Margot sits down with Matt Moore, the lefty.
Texas Rangers. Well, on the hill for Texas today is a familiar face to the Rays, Matt Moore. Well, I sat down with him yesterday to talk about his favorite Rays memory.
You know, in game 162 in 2011 when Evan hit that home run, but even before that when Dan Johnson hit his, you know, coming up through the minor leagues, we were competitive, but we were never had good, great teams. And to be a part of that my first year in the big leagues and to kind of experience that was, so far, has probably been the highest moment.
Matt Moore facing his former team for the first time since being traded. Yonny Chirinos gets the rock for the Rays today as Tampa Bay looks to take the series in Game 2 against the Texas Rangers. Dwayne and BA have the call coming up.
Tonight it will be Yonny Chirinos headed to the mound to start this game for the Rays. If you have not had a chance to see any of his work leading up to this start, you really missed something. Yonny Chirinos, just 24 years old, out of Venezuela, has been very good, and this is the lineup he will face, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Shin-Soo Choo will be the designated hitter, leading off, followed by the shortstop Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Nomar Mazara is in right field, hitting third in front of Adrian Beltre, the third baseman. Joey Gallo follows in left field. Ronald Guzman is at first base. Juan Centeno will do the catching. Drew Robinson is the second baseman, hitting eighth. And Carlos Tocci in center field will bat ninth in Jeff Bannister's lineup.
Well, Dwayne, let's show everybody what they've missed if they've not seen Yonny up to this point. How about no record, but a lot better than that, no ERA and 14 in the third innings of work. He's given up just 8 hits, walked 2. He's a strike thrower, opponent's average of 167. He will challenge you. He's afraid of nothing, and he has proven that these first 3 ball games, pitched in some tough venues against some tough lineups and had a lot of success. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it's gonna line up behind him here tonight. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source, and in the outfield left to right, we've got Johnny Field, Malik Smith, and Carlos Gomez across that infield third to first. Brandon Snyder getting the call. Adani Echeverria, Daniel Robertson, and C.J. Crone. Wilson Ramos will be behind the plate.
And Brandon Snyder just joining the club from Durham, gets the start at third base. Matt Duffy placed on the 10-day disabled list. All set to go, and the first pitch is up and away. Shin-Soo Choo starts the night hitting .211. He did have a hit his last time up last night, going 1 for 4. It'd been a little bit of a struggle for him coming into this series. Pitch is down.
He had been on a hitless streak going back the last 4 or 5 games, and always has been known as a good on-base guy. We saw the numbers early this season, not where he would like them to be, not where they normally are, but they are counting on him to be a guy at the top of that lineup that can get on base.
And Chirinos promptly falls way behind, 3-0 in the count.
Boy, very uncharacteristic. Just pointed out, just 2 walks on the season. I'll bet you we've not seen him in a 3-0 count yet.
And he misses inside, walking Choo on 4 straight pitches. Yeah, you talked about the tough venues and cold weather on that road trip. 2 appearances against the Red Sox at Fenway, and then against the White Sox in Chicago. Boy, he was impressive in all of them. But to think about to pitch a combined 9 innings of scoreless baseball against the Red Sox at Fenway, giving up just 4 hits. Impressive indeed. And here's Falefa, Kiner Falefa, the shortstop.
Well, the good thing about Yanni Chirinos is you can let an at-bat like Choo get away from you, but you're 1 pitch away from getting a ground ball double play. He's got a very good sinker, a heavy sinker, good late movement on it. And so you're one of those, even a good slider. Get you a ground ball and get out of this.
A little bit down with the fastball. It's 1-1. Alfonso Marquez calls the balls and strikes tonight. Bruce Dreckman's at first, Chad Fairchild at second, and Mike Estabrook, the umpire, down at third. And that will give Chirinos the advantage in the count, 1-2.
It's going to be a 3-pitch mix. Fastball, we've seen plenty of those. Little slider there. And then he's also got that split change that we really saw come of age at Fenway. Violent downward action.
Ooh, a base hit to the right of Echeverria into left. Choo goes to second.
You know what was interesting? The strike 2 slider that we showed had a great camera angle on it. There was not a lot of movement on that pitch or a lot of depth. It was the change of speed that got Kiner Falefa out in front. This one, same thing, but see how flat it is? It doesn't have any depth to it at all. And having seen the pitch, the previous one, he's right on this one. That's a pitch where you don't like the previous. You say, I'm going to make the adjustment, get on top of it a little bit more. Not able to do so, and the hitter makes you pay.
So a bit of a spot here in the first inning. 2 on, nobody out for Nomar Mazara. Mazara hit a 3-run home run his last time up last night, and that's a strike. First pitch sinker, 1 strike. Now the 0-1 into the dirt, and a nice stop there by Ramos. 1-1. Walked Shin-Soo Choo, and then the base hit by Falefa, Kiner Falefa.
That's just the back end. Got Isaiah on the front end.
That's right.
I think
Isaiah
I dropped a
Kiner
falafel.
Falefa.
Made him
Yeah, made me
some
hungry.
food.
Hey, we'll have food again. The word on the street is that we'll have food again in the 4th inning. And I'm telling you, the Cuban sandwich last night, excellent.
It got us through.
It did indeed. That was our ground ball, knocked down at first by Crone, and after he finally picks it up, no play anywhere, and the bases are loaded. Crone moving to his right in a hurry to try to get the force at second, and never could find the handle.
That would have been extremely difficult to turn that double play, but you're right, Dwayne. That ground ball was taking Crone towards second base, where you could at least get the force. But you saw that ball right off the heel of the glove, right here. Get it down, rattles around, comes out, and then the kick just exacerbates the situation. The bases are juiced.
C.J. Crone charged with his first error of the year. Bases loaded, nobody out. And here is Adrian Beltre, future Hall of Famer, to face Chirinos. And the fastball misses, ball 1. Beltre with a home run this year, hitting .283. Coming into this series, and was 1 for 4 last night. Pitch blocked by Ramos. And Chirinos will get an early visit here from his pitching coach, Kyle Snyder.
Well, the one thing that we know about Yonny Chirinos from what we've seen, and even what he has done the last couple of seasons in the minor leagues, is he fills up the strike zone. And you've seen a lot of bad misses here tonight. It started with 4 straight out of the zone against Choo. A couple of sinkers here. He's just not been able to make the adjustment yet, and that's why Kyle Snyder's out there trying to get him back going good.
And Marquez out there to hurry that conversation along.
He's been a guy that has been up over 70% first pitch strikes and really set the tone during the course of an at-bat.
Bases filled with Texas Ranger base runners.
And you got to be careful here too, because Beltre looking to turn it loose.
And a strike fastball went in around 93.
When you start seeing hitters get challenged middle in a hitter's count with the fastball, they're starting to challenge your bat speed. That's what they're doing. Not afraid of it.
Now the 2-1. It's foul, out of play.
I mean, you get a guy like Adrian Beltre, when he's working with a quick stick, 2-0 fastballs middle in are called grand slams.
Yep, and certainly in his heyday.
Yeah.
And not that long ago either.
You would turn and burn on that pitch, but when you're getting crowded in 2-0, 3-1 counts, opposing pitcher is telling you that he is not afraid of the bat speed.
Well, here we are, count square now at 2-2. And that's going to take it all the way out. Change low and could not get Beltre to offer. Walk, a single, an error. They're loaded. Foul that dislodges the mask of the Rays catcher Wilson Ramos.
And he may have gotten away with one there. That looked to be another slider. and it didn't have a lot of depth or movement to it. Just a spinner right in the middle of the plate, and Beltre took a big pass at it, and fortunately for the Rays, he missed it.
Now the 3-2 again. And he drives it toward left center field. Field is over on a run to make the catch. Chu's going to tag at third and score. Throw back to third, and Beltre drives in the run. Turned out to be a nice running catch by Field on the sacrifice fly to get the first out of the inning.
I'll tell you, what a break for the Rays. Johnny Field being able to go over and get that line drive. Looked like that had a chance to get in the gap for extra bases and at least 2 or 3 runs. Well, he's all over that pitch right there from Chirinos. But look at Johnny Field, and you know, he's well off the line and left. That gave him the opportunity to make that catch. And so, yeah, the Rangers get a run out of it, but the double play still in order. You got to force out at every base but home plate. You got a chance to get out of this by limiting the damage.
Now Joey Gallo. He had a long home run last night. The ground ball to the right side. Play's going to be at first with Echeverria on the right side, moving over on the shift from short. So they get the second out of the inning. The runners advance to second and third. So the Rays with the shift, and it pays off.
Well, Echeverria moving over into the hole. You see where he's at. And a little interference.
So 2 gone. Here's the first baseman, Ronald Guzman. Strike 1. Guzman recalled from their AAA affiliate just this past Friday up from Round Rock. Ground ball, right side. Robertson with a toss to first, and Chirinos gets out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation, allowing only 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Robertson, Echeverria, and Gomez coming up. Lineup for the Rays presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Daniel Robertson will lead it off, followed by Adeiny Echeverria and Carlos Gomez. C.J. Cron, Wilson Ramos, and Brandon Snyder down the middle. Rob Refsnyder, the DH. Johnny Field hits 8th and left. And Malik Smith in center will bat 9th.
Well, old friend Matt Moore taking the mound here tonight for the Texas Rangers, making his 141st start of his career. You see the record is even up at 51 all, ERA 4.34 his 8th season.
So Daniel Robertson takes the first pitch, and it's a fastball strike in there. Well, we'll see with Matt Moore tonight, who comes in 0-3, making his 4th start. Oh, there goes the bat on the foul ball, and that bat caught by the netting down along the dugout. 0-2. Be interesting to see on Matt Moore's case tonight. The velocity, you see Robertson lose the bat. Now you have to worry about the carom if you're in that dugout and running camera down there. If everybody's okay. It appears they are. Remember when Matt first came up, high velocity, and not necessarily the case now.
Well, the velocity from where it once was has been in a steady decline. This is what you're talking about, Dwayne.
Yeah, right now that average at 91.4, that last one at 93, so occasionally he'll pop it up, but he started at 95.7 on average when he first arrived.
And when he needed it, 97 was a regular occurrence too. He wanted to go upstairs and try to blow somebody away.
Robertson loses the bat again on the foul ball.
Yeah, that's not going to make that dugout too happy. Giving him a hard time. Hey, mix in some pine tar, or some grip stick.
Yeah,
what they're saying.
And now he's saying, look, you can keep the bat now. Forget that one. Give me another one. Shin-Soo Choo back there. What's up with that? Now right back to the mound, and Matt Moore throws to first. Daniel Robertson is the first out.
Let's take a look at the Ranger defense and see how it's going to line up behind Matt Moore here tonight. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield, left to right, we've got Joey Gallo, Carlos Tochi, and Nomar Mazara. Across that infield, third to first, Adrian Beltre, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Drew Robinson, and Ronald Guzman. Juan Centeno behind the plate.
Here's Danny Echeverria. Pitch is a strike. Echeverria still looking for his first extra base hit of the year. Base hit and a run scored last night. It's a 1-1 count. Liner into center field. That will fall for a base hit, a big hop, and Tochi comes up with it to return it to the infield. And Echeverria's aboard.
Well, the off-speed pitch, a change-up there by Matt Moore that really you could see the arm slow down just a little bit. You combine that little bit of a slow arm with a pitch that stays up near a hitter's eyes, and he's going to be all over it, just like Echeverria was right there. Just above the belt, kind of babying that pitch in there.
Well, Matt came up in 2011. The next year, 2012, his first full season. Gomez tried to check. That's strike one. Carlos Gomez, right now one of his last 20. A couple of home runs, 3 doubles in the mix for Gomez playing right field. He pops it up right side. It's Guzman, the first baseman, making the catch.
Well, there's a new toy there for Matt Moore, and that's the cutter. You know, we've seen the fastball, the curveball, the changeup. A cutter gets in on Carlos Gomez, and he's none too appreciative.
So 2 outs, and it'll be up to C.J. Cron to try to keep the inning going and build something. The Rays down by a run. Crone hit a home run in the game here last night, his second of the year.
Let's look at a scouting report on C.J. Crone. Going streaking. And Dwayne, I'm not talking about through the quad with his green hat. What I'm talking about is a 6-game hitting streak where he's 8 out of 24, double, a home run, and 4 driven in. And can he get to 30? You know, this is a guy that 3 straight seasons he's hit 16 home runs, but he's never played a true full season. He's going to get that opportunity here in 2018. He does have the power, but can he get to that magic number of 30, maybe over?
Well, the Rays would certainly love that to happen in the middle of this order. They're looking for Gomez and Crone to supply some power. That's going to drop for a base hit. Echeverria is going to head to third, and the ball lobbed into second. So Echeverria goes to third on the Crone base hit to extend his hitting streak to 7.
Want to get that out of the way early.
And give Wilson Ramos a chance.
Now that fastball, they're trying to come in, and C.J. Crone, a nice job of staying inside that baseball, inside out into right center field. And Wilson Ramos, we know in these types of situations that he is extremely aggressive. So if there's something near the plate here, he's going to put a heavy-duty swing on it.
And he's the kind of guy who can get into hot streaks. 3 hits last night, a couple of runs batted in.
That's why you go first pitch curveball. You know that he wants to come out hacking, and you're trying to sneak that curveball in there and get the jump. Doing a good job too when it counts.
And doubles up. That's a strike. 1-1. Crone at first. Echeverria, the runner across the diamond, at third. Too high. 2-1.
Curveball, curveball, cutter. He knows Wilson Ramos looking for something straight here, looking for something to jump.
Hot shot, that's into the screen and follows the course of the screen and right up the right side into the stands. And a souvenir down there. All about being in the right place at the right time. Two and a ground ball to short. Force play at second will retire the side. The Rays do not score, leave 2-1-0 Texas. WB Mason, who but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Beautiful sight here in Tampa Bay. 1-0, Texas leading, and coming in to hit in the second. Juan Centeno, the catcher, leads off, bottom three of the order. And the pitch is a strike. Chirinos, a nice job after finding himself in a spot with the bases loaded and nobody out to limit Texas to just 1 run in the first. First run he's given up in his big league career. Toward left center, and that's Malik Smith from center making the catch. Well, the first run he gives up in his big league career is to the future Hall of Famer Beltre, who hit the sacrifice fly. Adrian Beltre with a run batted in.
I mean, I guess if you're going to have a guy knock one in, what better than a 39-year-old who's in his 21st season in Major League Baseball, going to the Hall of Fame someday.
Drew Robinson, the second baseman.
He'd actually have to stop playing for that to happen, and who knows if that's on the horizon.
Yep. There's that streak. See, he had better Doug Wechter's streak. That was 11 1/3, and Chirinos extended his to 14 1/3. Bunt attempt and no play on that one. Chirinos chased it down, and by the time Snyder got there, no play on Robinson.
Well, the way that he was being defensed, and the way that, quite frankly, the way that Yonny Chirinos pitches, a lot of sinkers, a lot of pitches away from the lefties. It's set up very well, and Robinson able to capitalize. Got to go late. He does. Now it's a matter of executing, and boy, does he put it down in a nice spot. You see where the defense is, and no play.
Carlos Tochi pitches wide. 1 ball, no strikes. Tochi, as you see there, 1 of 16 and 0 for 3 last night. Victimized on a nice catch in left last night by Johnny Field. Robinson back in at first. Robinson, the lead off first. He looks at a strike. One pitches in the first for Chirinos. He had averaged under 13 pitches an inning in his first 3 outings. Runner goes, and the pitch loop back of first. That's going to drop for a base hit. Robinson's going to go to third. Throw back to first, and back in is Tochi. Crone got over there to take that little toss. So first and third with 1 out for the top of the Texas lineup now.
Well, the bottom here, and Jeff Bannister is trying to push the envelope a little bit. A bunt base hit, put the runner in motion, a ball up and in. Tochi's able to get to it and just drops it into no man's land out there in shallow right field close to the line. Got to read it. And nice read there by Robinson. He's going to be able to get over to third. Another threat.
Shin-Soo Choo. Pitch outside. 1-0. So far, the first time through the lineup, Chirinos has not been as sharp and in command of his pitches as we've seen him in the other 3 outings.
Without question. Yeah, and it starts with that slider.
Yeah.
That's what really jumps out at you. There's really been no bite or break on that pitch. The sinker has been inconsistent. The split change he's not been afforded to get to because he's been behind a lot.
Fly ball into left toward the corner field to get into position. Play's going to be at second, at least the throw to keep the runner at first, and Robinson scores on another sacrifice fly to make it 2-0 as Chu delivers.
Well, Chu's a veteran, and he understands situational hitting and knows that with a good sinker ball around the mound, you've got to try to elevate. Look for something up in the zone, get the ball in the air to the outfield to get the run in. You can see him getting high fives from everybody for doing just that.
Skyder Falefa, the shortstop. 1 for 1 tonight. Into left field. Field's going to have to go back. Going to be over his head. Will one hop the wall. Tochi's going to be held at third on a double, and it's second and third.
You know, a lot of times we talk about a do or die play in the infield when an infielder goes for the bare hand. Well, right there, it was do or die for Johnny Field with playing that ball off the wall, going with the bare hand. Because if that ball gets away from the bare hand, he drops it, and Rangers are going to add a run. That's another slider, Dwayne. Another pitch that doesn't have a lot of break. Right now, he's getting on the side of it, and it gets whacked. But watch Johnny Field. If this eludes that bare hand and drops out of it, Rangers would have scored again.
Yeah, that turns out to be an outstanding play by Field as he gathers the carom in barehanded. He's been busy out there in left, and now Kyle Snyder busy, makes his second trip already.
Well, you're just trying to get that release point where it needs to be. As we said, the sinker has been inconsistent. The slider has been non-existent, and so has therefore the split change. So just trying to get himself back in. The good thing is you make a couple of nice pitches here, get out of this inning, and if he can find it, you're still only giving up 2 runs. Plenty of baseball left.
Well, a big spot right now with Mazzara at the plate, 2 men in scoring position as Chirinos tries to limit the deficit, keep it at 2. Pitch is a strike. Mazzara reached on the error his first time. Mazzara hitting .306 right now. On the ground. Robertson's there, and the throw to first in time. So again, they limit the damage. Just 1 run scores. 2-0 Texas.
Second, well, we are going to start a new tradition every Tuesday here. We're going to do Trivia Tuesday. So we'll ask you a question, and then later in the game, we will give you the answer. For the inaugural question, who holds the Rays rookie record for strikeouts in a single season? Is it A, James Shields, B, Chris Archer, or C, today's pitcher for the Rangers, Matt Moore?
And we'll be back with the answer and call upon Michelle to give us that later on, so you can think about that one for a little while. In the meantime, Brandon Snyder leads off the bottom of the second inning and is out in front of that pitch.
You know
now
what?
1-2.
Another changeup there by Matt Moore. That time, much better arm action. That one was sold through a quick arm, and you could see Brandon Snyder way out in front.
And he takes the fastball. So the changeup and then the fastball to end it.
Beautifully executed by Matt Moore. Sold the change, slow a guy down, get him way out in front, and then pop the fastball, speed him up, and he just could not pull the trigger. Couldn't locate that pitch any better either.
Rob Refsnyder. First pitch foul back into the screen. Snyder, the DH. Well, he's perfected the walk so far in the early part. Just one hit, but 7 walks. As a result, his on-base percentage is .381. Ground ball off the glove of Moore. Going to be a tough play, and Refsnyder has a base hit. And the shortstop, Kiner Falefa, coming in after that one. So a base hit for Refsnyder.
Well, you either get it clean or it's going to be a base hit. Matt Moore's got a chance, but that ball is sharply hit and it just dies where no one's got a chance. You can see Matt Moore very upset with himself. Had a chance.
Yeah, no way of knowing it. I mean, you're going to try to grab it, but he slowed it, and he had a couple middle infielders ready to make a play. So it goes as a base hit. Now Johnny Field. First pitch is a strike. Field 2 for 10. One of those hits, a double. Little tapper. Moore off the mound and cannot come up with that one. Made a swipe at it with his glove, and Beltre was coming on.
You know what, Dwayne? I think Matt Moore pulled off of it. I think it gave him a funny hop, and he pulled his glove back, and what that did was deke Adrian Beltre. Adrian Beltre, the way that Matt Moore got off the mound, was assuming Matt Moore was going to field that ground ball. And at the last second, Matt Moore pulled his glove back, and that froze Beltre. Right here, boom. Oop, let me get it out of there.
They're going to give Moore an error. And Field is aboard. 2 men aboard for the Rays for Malik Smith against the lefty. And he takes a strike. Well, Matt Moore's had a difficult time against left-handed hitters. Look at that. Go back through last year. They're hitting .371 off him. And Malik's the lone lefty in here.
And I don't think a left-hander has retired Malik's this year.
Oh, a line drive.
Till there.
And he lines into a double play. Kiner Falefa makes the double play unassisted. Hit it on a line. The Rays leave a man. Do not score in the second. At the end of 2-0 Texas. And on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Host your group in the private party area, just steps from the Rays bullpen. Call group sales at 888-FAN-RAYS or email group sales at raysbaseball.com for more information. Big swing and a miss by Adrian Beltre, strike one. Middle part, Beltre, Gallo, and then Guzman due up in the third inning. It's foul back, 0-2. Now the Rays had a couple of men on at the bottom of the second inning, and Malik Smith hit it on a line, but lined into the double play. You're right about what he'd done against lefties. Coming into this game, Malik was 6 of 6 with a couple doubles against left-handed pitching.
Well, and you were right about the swinging bunt there with Matt Moore. I mean, it looked like the way that the glove pulled back, that he pulled back because it took a funny hop. You took a look at those replays over, and he just squeezed the glove, good 6 inches over top of the ball, whatever, just flat out missed it and ends up getting the air because of it. I'm sitting up here watching it from the angle, from our booth, and I'm saying, well, he looked like he pulled the glove back because there's no way he missed it by that much. You look at those replays, and he did miss it by that much. We've seen some interesting hops on the new turf here.
We have. We had that one in right field early that hurt the Rays. That took a sharp left turn on Gomez out there. Two and two. Gallo next. Chopped down to first. Crone backs up, and the toss to Chirinos, and Beltre is retired. One away in the third. Joey Gallo. Gallo against the shift was thrown out by Echeverria, who again is stationed on the right side in shallow right field with the shift on. Pitch outside, and an all or nothing approach to the game by Joey Gallo. Tremendous power.
Extra base machine. Obviously, swing and miss rate is going to be extremely high with all the strikeouts.
Goes to left field. Field cutting back and reaches up to make the catch. This ball had some natural slice on it, and as he broke to his left, found himself reaching back a little bit to make the catch. And that's two gone.
Yeah, even that ball got on Johnny Field in a hurry. A big, powerful leg kick, a lot of leverage. I mean, Johnny Field is playing in the gap and deep and still has to get that glove up to keep that ball from going over his head.
Guzman takes a big cut, fouls it right back into the screen. Yeah, Field's been busy out there tonight. A nice grab there.
And the one on Beltre, part of that was positioning, part of that was, him being able to go and get it. That saved a couple of runs for the Rays. If that ball gets through, who knows what happens.
Change of speed to Guzman had him out in front. The count is 0-2. And upstairs he goes with that mid-90s fastball to strike out Guzman. Bottom of the third coming up, 2-0 Texas. sold. A look back, our Toyota inside look at that deal. The August 1st trade that sent Matt Moore from the Rays to the Giants for Matt Duffy and Lucius Fox, who's playing at Charlotte. First pitch to Daniel Robertson is too low. 1 ball and no strikes. So it's the top of the order. And the Texas Ranger bench with Robertson not able to hang on to the bat his first time up. The Rangers are prepared.
And you know what? You can't blame him. Fool me once, you know.
Well,
shame on you. Fool me twice, and he had two fired over there.
Bartolo Colon over there. He doesn't need a helmet.
He's like,
we survived this long.
Well, his head's a helmet.
Yeah, how about that the other night in Houston? 7 perfect innings. It's a great story. And there's ball 4. The Rays put the leadoff man aboard. Well, last year with the Giants, Matt went 6-15, but remember when he went over there to the San Francisco Giants, he came within an out of throwing a no-hitter against the Dodgers. He had 8 2/3 before it was broken up by Corey Seager. So the Giants had reason to believe that was going to be a good trade. Here's a Danny Echeverria. Ball, no strikes, and you see with the Rays 94 starts, 39-28, and since then 12-23 with a 5.29.
You can see the opponent's average tick up. Whip isn't as far up as you would think with numbers, you know, the win-loss record, the ERA, and everything else. But that is what has really plagued Matt Moore this season. We talked about Martin Perez a night ago. Too many opportunities, too many base runners. Coming into this start here, Matt had given up 27 base runners in 12 1/3 inning, and that's about 2 1/4 per. That's just too many opportunities for the opposition, and that's why that ERA was approaching 9.
Fly ball short right field will fall in front of Mazzara, and the Rays put the first 2 men on. Robertson, who walked, stops at second. Echeverria with his second hit of the night aboard at first.
Well, it starts with that leadoff walk. Those are always, well, let's say can be an ominous sign. And now you get a leadoff walk and a little jam shot here by Echeverria, and you're in a world of hurt without any solid contact.
Here's Carlos Gomez with a chance to do some damage. Ooh, and he was trying to unleash it right there with that cut.
Boy, check for that front hip. Uppercut swing. He was opening up and trying to give the Rays the lead.
Two home runs on the year for Gomez. Now he shortens and that pitch drops in there.
And who in the world would have been expecting that after that initial swing? And then he squares around. It's going to catch everybody by surprise.
They got the breaking ball that came in for strike 2. Well, last year, the righty-lefty breakout, as we showed you a little bit of that earlier, how lefties had given him a problem. Gomez fouls this one. Gomez from the right side here, trying to assess some damage. check right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matt, as you know, went through Tommy John surgery. That was in late April of 2014. Hot shot foul back to third down near the bullpen. Look out down there. Trying to break in a glove and a new ball boy down there. Here's a short hopper.
Ate him up. Ate him up, Dwayne.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's our boy Nick. And the dead giveaway, not only because of the face, is the broken finger.
Oh yeah.
The
Swing
broken
and a
index.
miss. Gomez out on strikes.
Which, by the way, I got a text from Nick.
You did?
Yeah, he reached out and said, listen, I heard you were talking about the broken finger. Let me tell you what happened. It was a misplay and a bad hop in that first opening homestand that got it. And he's attempting to play hurt and, you know, maybe a little bit of rust. It's been it was a long road trip, and that ball got in on him a little bit.
Well, I'm going to give him some extra credit for effort and showing up with the broken finger.
The only problem with all that is, at the end of the day,
Thrown ground ball off the glove of Beltray. The throw to first is going to be wide. Pops away from Guzman. Alertly, Robertson will score, and the Rays get on the board. Well, that ball bouncing all over both corners of the infield off the glove of Beltray. And so the Rays come away with a run to make it 2-1.
A couple of mistakes there. Beltray, number one, makes a great effort here, but you see he gets a little past that baseball, off the heel of the glove, and then the throw there is going to be offline. Guzman does a nice job of keeping it in play off the thumb of his glove. And Daniel Robertson, good read right there. Great read. Able to scamper home.
The Rays score a run on the error charge to the shortstop. Ramos out in front, strike one. So the Rays are on the board. That leadoff walk has been converted into a run by the Rays. With Echeverria at second, Crone reaching on the error. Ramos takes a strike.
You add just a little bit of pressure. That's what happened there with Kiner Falefa. That ball off the glove of Beltray, right to him, and realizing C.J. Crone up the line knows he's got a chance to make a play, but he's going to have to be quick. And you rush that throw, and look what happens.
Crowds him inside. 1-2. Ground ball toward the middle, backhanded by Robinson, out at second and out at first to start the 4-6-3 double play. So the Rays are out, but they get a run. We're through 3, 2-1 Texas. 2-1 ball game. And boy, I'll tell you, this could be, you know, a nice nightly occurrence here. Food in the 4th inning. And boy, we've got some great stuff highlighted by the Rocco Baldelli hoagie right here in the middle. That's available on the first base food hall. 4th inning underway, and the first pitch to the catcher Centeno is a strike. You like lobster rolls from Beach Drive at the ballpark. That's really nice. And then from Moon Underwater Fish and Chips. And that's out there in Center Field Street. 0-2 to Centeno now. So all of these represent local restaurants and eateries that have been integrated into the menu here at Tropicana Field.
They were getting spoiled.
And that's not a bad thing. Strike 3 call to Centeno. Second strikeout for Chirinos. So I don't know where to start. It's all good. The lobster roll looks great, but we'll make that decision and not regret it, I'm sure. But look at that. They brought us all the accoutrement, the sauce, and we've got the utensils. There's a lobster roll right there. Look at that.
No, we are set up.
Yeah.
There's no question. This is.
Robinson takes a strike.
I may run home after the game tonight. I will tell you this, Dwayne. It blows away the grasshoppers.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah,
yeah.
I do remember that. I dream about that.
You got the really good part of that.
Oh, I went for the torso.
I know, that's why.
And it was, my goodness.
I was out in Seattle.
I'll tell you what.
And that's fairly exotic. I'm going to tell you, this has, you know, this is great standard fare with a little flair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, much more
Like
traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Smells terrific.
We're going to have to take longer breaks between innings.
I'm taking the next half off. How about you?
2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, they're trying to move these games along and get to the breaks early and come back and all of that. Well, they're going to have to figure out something else.
Take your time, fellas.
Yanni Chirinos on the hill for the Rays. That's a shot back into center field. Smith's going to have to cover some ground, and he gets there. Malik's toward the deep part of the ballpark calls it in off the bat of Drew Robinson. Back on the track. Nice job there by Malik Smith. He can be a little adventurous out there at times, but a nice route, and he covered some ground to get this one.
Well, this ball was well struck. Got a little action, a little tailing action, and tracked well and put away. I mean, think about the shot last night. Took a nice route, got back there, and then made the nice diving catch. And so,
line drive off the bat of Tochi right at Echeverria. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to a break quick. Put it in an extra spot. We're going to eat. 2-1 Texas.
The farm look, we have two guys. We're in AA Montgomery Biscuits this time around. We've got Nathan Lukes and Nick Solak. Lukes is hitting .393 with 3 doubles in 8 games, and then we have Nick Solak batting .387 in 10 games with 3 doubles, 3 stolen bases, and 10 walks. So showing their skill early on in the season, guys.
Well, thank you for the update. We're having a little late evening snack up here. As Snyder bounces out Beltre to Guzman. We're going to have to get these leadoff guys to take a pitch or two before they put the ball into play. Give us a little time to recover from our between inning meal.
It would be a big help. Absolutely.
Rob Refsnyder.
See, we need Rob Refsnyder to lead these innings off. Take a walk, working that bat.
Exactly. You can see we've made a dent into this. And you love the fish and chips.
Listen,
You're smarter already than you were smart to begin with.
I filleted that cod and went to town. And I feel smarter already.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Brain food. When you went after the Rocco Baldelli.
That's good. I'm telling you.
It sounded like it.
Yeah. Just attacking it.
It wasn't much as you were eating it as you were in a brawl with it.
We'll have to talk to Rocco, see if that's his Rhode Island recipe. Ground ball. Beltre from third. This throws on the money, so a couple of 5-3 plays here in the 4th inning. 2 up and 2 down. 2-1 ball game here. Rays saw Texas score a run in the 1st, another one in the 2nd. The Rays an unearned run in the 3rd. A couple of errors in this game by Texas tonight. Rays have been charged with 1 miscue. There's a strike to field.
How about that call getting picked up there by Matt Moore? Looked to be a fastball that was well off the plate in. Now all of a sudden you've got to start swinging. Not really sure. Comes back with the cutter, now up 0-2.
You know, you see the effect of it right there. It forces the hitter into the game more. There's a fly ball to center field. Tochi has a lot of territory and makes the catch. 1-2-3. Ball game heads into the 5th. 2-1 Texas. Permeating 7-Eleven and pick up a Rays discount coupon for $7.11 tickets to the game Friday against the Twins. Keep saving with $5 Budweiser and Bud Lights exclusively on the Budweiser porch. Ages 21 and over, please drink responsibly. Top of the order, Shin-Soo Choo in the box. Pitches the ball too low, 1-0. He'll be followed by the shortstop, kind of Falefa, and then Mazzara, the right fielder. Two 2-0.
Extreme shift. Echeverria pulled out there in shallow right field. He plays all over the place. And these different shifts and revamped defense.
Yeah, you always try to position him so that he's in the center of the action.
Yeah. You're going to put him where in the shift, most likely to get the ball is going to be Adeiny Echeverria. But all are expected to cover their little zone.
It stayed in pretty close, didn't miss by much, and now it's 3-1. Well, Chirinos was not right on his game the first inning or two and still limited a couple of situations that really could have gotten away, but he prevented that. 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, and here's a walk, and I don't think he's too happy right now. A leadoff walk issued to Choo. He walked him in the first and again here in the 5th.
Only had 2 walks in 14 1/3 innings coming in, but you know, Choo is historically, he's been a good on-base guy, good strike zone discipline, and he didn't chase.
Kiner Falefa, he's been on twice tonight. There's a single and a double. It's outside, 1-0.
I think that if I ever, Dwayne, got to the point that I needed an alias on the road,
yes,
I think I would go with Isaiah Kiner Falefa. That's why I think that would be my next alias. I really do.
Your next alias. You
Well,
had a few before. Oh, another hit by Kiner Falefa.
I've had quite a few, and it started after when I was with the Arizona Diamondbacks, getting woke up in my hotel room 4:30 in the morning by, you guessed it, Philly fan. You know, having things to say about mom and myself. You know, they're very kind there.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to go with an alias
City
at
of
that
brotherly
point.
love, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But yeah, my all-time favorite was Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
That's good. I like
went
that
with
one,
Lieutenant Frank, which was great because then when you call down to the front desk and they refer to you as Lieutenant, what can we get for you, Lieutenant? Well, and it would even be on the, you know, on the sheet, Lieutenant Frank Drebin. Which, by the way, I ended up getting a signed 8x10 from Leslie Nielsen, accusing me of identity fraud, which was tremendous.
Ground ball out at second. Quick throw to first. Not in time, but a great effort. They get the first out at second base. Kiner Falefa is out there. Forced Echeverria with a quick toss.
Boy, how quick was Mazzara getting up the line? For a big guy, he was moving. I thought off the bat the Rays had a real good chance to get that turn. But Mazzara really hustling up the first base line prevents that.
It's Adrian Beltre. Men on the corners with 1 out. Beltre skies it foul. Out of play, strike 1.
Well, much like Choo did when he got the sacrifice fly in the second inning, Beltre looking for something up in the zone to try to get into the outfield. And of course, Chirinos would like nothing more than to get him to pound one into the ground. get a double play and get into the dugout.
Ooh, fly ball into center field. Smith back to make the catch, tagging at third. Chu, the leadoff walk's going to cost Chirinos and the Rays a run, and they're now down 3-1. Beltre has driven in 2 of the 3 runs with sacrifice flies.
All the leadoff walks in tonight's ball game scored.
Yep.
Chu twice. Daniel Robertson with the leadoff walk for the Rays came around to score. It just goes to show you, you put yourself really behind the 8 ball. And it's like, you know, could you imagine if you just went out and started an inning, said, you know, go ahead and put someone at first. You would never do that, and that obviously is the end result of the walk, and it's self-inflicted. Guy gets a base hit, guy gets a base hit, but leadoff walks hurt.
Joey Gallo swinging and missing, strike 1. You know, and through all of this, that 21 pitch first inning, we're 2 outs into the 5th, and Chirinos has made 64 pitches. So that's one of the things you love about him. And he's limited a couple of innings that could have blown up on him and did not. He's got to avoid those leadoff walks.
Well, he had his first 9 innings. You know, he started off the season 4-inning outing, a 5-inning start, and in those 9 innings he threw, I think, 110 pitches. I mean, it was right around there, which is very economical for 9.
Well, it's 2 balls and a strike.
That's what that good sinker will do. The fact that he pounds the strike zone. We talked about his first pitch strike percentage. Teams take notice of that. He's got a good sinker. He can get early contact, bad contact, quick outs.
The big cut and miss by Gallo. 2-2. Look at that. Long fingers, put that split right in there.
Thankfully, that split stayed up. It stayed up over the swing. You know, the split and the slider have not had the same normal movement. But you know what? That's called winning pitching. When you can go out there, battle, keep your team in the game, keep them close when you don't have your best stuff. And it's clear tonight that Yonny Chirinos does not have his best stuff, but he is battling.
Full count. This will free Mazzara over at first. He'll be off with the pitch. And ball 4. 3rd walk of the night, 2nd of the inning. Pushing Mazzara into 2nd. Gallo goes to 1st. Ronald Guzman will be the hitter. Guzman is grounded out and struck out. Foul. Out of play. Strike 1. Guzman out of the Dominican Republic. One and one. Foul ball. Guzman graduated from high school when he was 16 and signed with the Texas organization then.
Graduated high school at 16.
In the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
So he's been with them for quite some time now. He's 23 years old. Two and two. Signed in 2011. Shot to center field. That's got a one hop to the track. Grabbed by Smith. Mazzara scores. Gallo crosses the plate. It's a double for Guzman, and he delivers a big hit for this Texas Ranger ball club right there to make it 5-1. A line drive just to the right of center field.
Dwayne, another split that just did not have the normal action on it. And Guzman's able to get out and reach it, even though that pitch may have been off the plate, strong enough to get it into the gap. And you're talking about 2 outs, everybody running on contact, and he's going to clear the bases.
Well, the inning opened with a walk, 2 walks and a couple of hits in the inning, and 3 runs have scored. Guzman at second, and Centeno takes the pitch down. It's 1-0. It's a big hit for this Texas club. Driving in both men, making it a 3-run inning. Now 2-0. '28-year-old catcher Centeno. There's ball 3. And the Rays start to get some action in the bullpen. Wood just joined the club, and he is loosening in the pen right now. There's a strike. 3-1. Centeno spent some time with the Mets, the Brewers, the Twins. Last year, some time with Houston. Guzman, the runner at second base, and the 3-1 to Centeno. On the ground, Robertson makes the play. 7 men come to the plate, 3 score. And when we go to the bottom of the 5th, Malik Smith will lead it off in what is now a 5-1 game. To game one of the 2011 AL Division Series. Rays rookie Matt Moore tossing 7 shutout innings, leading the Rays to a 9-0 victory over Texas. Becoming the first rookie in Major League history to pitch at least 7 innings and give up no runs and 2 or fewer hits in a postseason game. You see his line there, 98 pitches. Bottom of the 5th, first pitch, Mallex Smith takes it a little close. "57 pitches tonight for Matt Moore so far. Smith leaning away from that one, 2-0. In there, 2-1. And 3-1. The Rays trying to get something underway here to chip away at a 5-1 deficit. Ground ball, scooped by Guzman, who steps on the bag in time. 3 unassisted. Mallex Smith is lined out and grounded out now. That'll be Daniel Robertson. Robertson has scored the run for the Rays when he led off the 3rd with a walk. We still have all the walks in the game being converted into runs. Chirinos has walked 3, giving up a run in the 1st and a walk. A couple more runs in the 5th when he walked 2 more, 5 runs total. Robertson walked and scored back in the 3rd to account for the only run of the night for the Rays so far.
Well, that's why you were so optimistic in that 3-1 count to Mallex Smith. Miss one off the plate, walk, you got speed aboard, and what you're talking about at the same time, the way that Mallex has been swinging the bat, maybe he rips a double, jumps into one in a 3-1 count. And Matt Moore made a big pitch there and retired him, and now
top of the order, trying to build something here.
Yeah, you just try to move on from there. You know, you've got some ground to make up, down 4. You do have a ways to go.
And that's a check by Robertson to run the count out to 3-1.
Let's take a look. Change up, middle of the plate down.
Boy, that's close.
Yeah, they could. That's one of those either way. If they would have called him for going too far, you would have said absolutely.
And ball 4, Robertson on base. Well, that's 2 walks tonight, 12 walks on the season for Daniel Robertson. So the Rays have a base runner. Danny Echeverria is 2 for 2. Nice pickup there by Centeno.
Just a fastball that was yanked. And that certainly was. Glove side.
And the Rangers want to talk it over on the hill here a little bit. With Matt Moore holding a 5-1 lead, and he's just given a walk to Robertson and missed badly on the first pitch to Echeverria. Echeverria with a 2-hit night. And there is ball 2. 2-0. Well, the Rays can get some base runners. Try to build an inning.
Matt Moore, he's starting to nibble a little bit, trying to find the edges of the strike zone. Has not been able to do so.
Ground ball back to the mound. Out at second and out at first. They get the double play. Well, in the middle of that double play, Kiner Falefa, it goes 1-6-3, and the Rays get nothing in the 5th. He threw 3 strikes in the inning. Leaves nobody. Game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Subscriptions include MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Drew Robinson, who was in the middle of the double play to end the 5th for the Rays, and the first pitch is a strike. Well, the Rays tried to put something together in that 5th when Moore was battling with his control. It's a wave and a miss, 0-2. And Matt Moore actually made 13 pitches in that inning, made 4 pitches that were strikes, including the 2-0 double play ball thrown to Echeverria. So 13 pitches, 4 strikes. And faced only 3 hitters, and the Rays get nothing.
Yeah, 4 strikes, 3 outs.
And now it's Robinson leading off the 6th.
And some bad counts, too. You know, you think about 3-1 to Malik Smith, 2-0 to Echeverria. Of course, he walked Daniel Robertson.
So the Rays trying to hold Texas here. The Rays with 4 shots left. Fly ball right center. Gomez makes the call and the catch. It's the first out in the 6th.
Well, you do have 4 more ABs, so you never know. The Texas Ranger bullpen has been very good here as of late. Maybe you start to think they're due.
Yep. Tochi takes strike 1. Dropped a base hit into right in the 2nd inning. Line to short the last time up. Two. Couple strikeouts tonight, 3 walks for Chirinos. A couple of, for him, high pitch count innings, 21 in the first, 26 in the fifth, and now he takes care of the Texas center fielder on strikes, picking up his 3rd strikeout of the night.
Well, just expand the zone, keep moving towards the edges, and get Tochi to chase out of it. That's what Chirinos did, making quick work. Go back to the top of the order. How about that pitch count? You know, we talked about his first 2 outings were in the mid-50s. Get up into the mid-70s last time out, approaching 90 now.
Chu takes the pitch a bit low. It's been a productive night. He has no hits on the night, 3 plate appearances, 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. So he has a run batted in and 2 runs scored without the benefit of a hit. Now he drives one deep to right field. He's got a hit now. That one is out of here. Home run for Shin-Soo Choo. He tees off, and that, his 4th home run of the year, will make it a 6-1 ball game. So the home run will mark the end of the night for Chirinos.
Well, there's the sinker, Dwayne. The sinker stays up, it flattens out, and it's on the inner half. That's a bad combination.
Well, this was a night when Chirinos consistently did not have command of his stuff and departs after giving up the home run to Chu. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Has over 70 unique scratch-off games, so add a little play to your day with these new games. The Florida Lottery. Get your ticket, claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Well, Hunter Wood on the hill. And the first pitch is upstairs. Chirinos 89 pitches out of the game.
Very uncharacteristic right there, and that just showed you that he was not in command of his stuff tonight. It wasn't sharp.
Ground ball sharply hit to third. Snyder comes up with it. Throw to first in time. That retires Texas. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 Texas. 6-1 lead. Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 6th. Take a look at that home run off the bat of Shin Soo Choo. 446 the distance.
That's what jumps out at you. A 30-degree launch angle, but 446.
1-0 the count on Carlos Gomez. Hit the D ring.
I was going to say that's the second one this series, right?
Cut and a miss. 1-1. That D ring, depending on where you would hit it, of course, in some cases, it'd be very difficult to hit it with a foul ball as high as it is. But now Gomez down on the count 1-2. But you go to the outfield on that D ring, you know, there's a slope to it, and it's 59 feet above center field at its lowest point. Swing and a miss on a fastball high, and Moore with that fastball up takes care of Gomez, gets him on strikes for the second time tonight. So the D rings goes from 59 feet there to 121 feet. And so that ball hit out toward right center field. So you're coming off of that a little bit more. I guess its low point would be dead center, 59 feet high. It's about a 6-story building.
And that's where the one hit, I guess it must have been last night then. Straightaway center field.
Yeah, you see the D ring.
Right in there. And you can see the upslope here. Got a little big there with the right. There's that slope you're talking about, Dwayne. As we move it down.
Well, now Crone is hit by the pitch. The Rays get a base runner. Crone's on for the third time with a single, reached on an error, now hit by a pitch. Well, the Rays have some ground to make up. They're down by 5 with these 4 at-bats left.
Well, it just turns into it and right off the back of that left arm.
Wilson Ramos. Fouled out of play. Former Ray Matt Moore, 28 years old. He'll be 29 in a couple months on the 18th of June. He keeps the fastball up and away from Ramos, who misses it.
The fastball has not been overpowering, but it has been firm. And you see it's gotten up to 94. We've seen a number of cutters, curveballs, some changeups.
Yeah, it'd been a bit of a struggle for him in his first 3 starts. Just a total of 12 1/3 innings. And Ramos is out on strikes on the appeal down to Bruce Dreckman.
Yeah, that's one of those cutters right there. So after you go up and away with the fastball, Matt Moore comes back down and in with a cutter, almost has some slider action to it, and it looked like Ramos almost getting out of the way, starting a swing and then trying to get out of the way, and everything goes a little bit too far. See him on the side of that baseball, and he's trying to get the leg out of there, but the bat.
Now Brandon Snyder on the ground is short. Goes to first in time, and the Rays are up and down, leaving a man in the 6th. We go to the 7th, 6-1. Rays are trailing 6-1. Matt Moore has limited the Rays to just one unearned run on 5 hits.
You know, he's done a very nice job, and he's gotten some help from his offense, taking advantage of some mistakes from Yonny Chirinos and some uncharacteristic walks. Of course, Shin-Soo Choo with the big 446-foot blast out to right center field. So they have backed up Matt Moore with the 5 runs.
Now Choo tonight hit the D-ring. Gallo hit it last night.
Yeah, +1 with the home run, so make it 6 now. Matt Moore, you know, that fastball 92 to 94.
And Hunter Wood faces Mazzara, and the pitch is a strike. Wood was up briefly with the Rays a year ago. Tonight making his Tropicana Field debut. He made his big league debut against this Texas Ranger ball club over at Arlington, and a base hit off the bat of Mazzara. So Mazzara has his first hit of the night. In fact, he faced Mazzara in his major league debut on May the 30th last year in Arlington, and he got him, retired him for the final out of the inning, and this time against Mazzara. Mazzara singles to left to open the 7th. There's Adrian Beltre. Pitch is fouled back. Beltre, pretty good cut and a pretty good pitch to hit right there.
Well, he went after it with a big swing. You could tell by the way that he was pounding that bat off of his spikes in between pitches that he was like, boy, that was one to drive.
Oh, 2. Wood is out of Rogers, Arkansas, and still makes his home in Arkansas.
You know, last year with the Red Sox, we had Robbie Ross Jr. He had that.
A liner into right for a base hit. Gomez going to throw to first and safe. Gomez made an attempt here to get Beltre, and Beltre and Gomez talking it over a little bit behind the bag at first.
You knew that was going to happen. Hopefully we get a couple different angles of that, because Beltre has as much fun as anybody on a baseball field. And Carlos Gomez, this ball sharply struck, and Carlos going to charge it and say, why not? Force him to run up that line, and he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, put a little extra hustle in that last step when he realized what Gomez was doing out there.
That was the biggest fear growing up.
Yes, you can't get thrown out at first.
Well, here was the thing. You know, nowadays they have the fields, and they get bigger with you. When I was growing up, and I'm sure the same thing with you, you played up to Little League, and you played on 45-foot mounds and 60 feet bases.
Yeah.
Then you turn 13, and you go to the big field.
Yes, you do.
So at 12, you're running 60 feet, and then all of a sudden, the next season you're running 90 feet, and you're like, hold on a second. A base hit the right field and get thrown out at first is the biggest fear that we had, because it was that was the only time I can remember vividly thinking my entire life growing up, I'm going to play big league baseball. That was it.
Yeah.
Until the first probably 2 weeks of the season when I turned 13 and went to the big field and thought, maybe not. This field is huge. And then you get used to it over time. But that big jump,
bigger too.
That big jump, man.
Yeah.
The base hit to right was scary.
That's right.
They didn't play you very deep. I wasn't very big.
Yeah.
So they didn't play you very deep, and you lined one out there a little too hard, and it was close.
When you go to the big field, it's a little bit of an adjustment.
Yes, it is.
Watching some of those young guys do that now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a shocker.
And a cut to miss. Gallo is out on strikes. You know what? And that's a great thing about this game and growing up playing it. The same fear that you and I had, it's the same fear they had. You can't get thrown out at first.
No, because if you do, you know, a 9-3, a 9-3, and then you're going to wear it at school forever.
Ronald Guzman.
Or worse yet, a 9-1 pitcher coverage.
Oh, yeah.
He gets there before you do.
It's a great incentive to hustle. Yeah, it teaches it. You got to get after it.
Yeah.
You know?
Amen to that.
Two men on in the 7th inning for Texas. Beltre first, Mazzara at second. Two and 0. Yeah, but we got interrupted talking about the Boston bullpen. What we saw coming out of there.
Yeah.
Now the Rays have Hunter Wood.
They do. You had Robbie Ross Jr. What do we have? A monster truck. Heath Hembry, who trimmed it up this year.
Yeah.
El Dorado.
Toward the line, Field on the run, foul ball. He got it. Johnny Field, a nice catch. Sprawled out in foul territory. Boy, he's covered a lot of left field territory, and he's made some fine plays out there. Some great effort by Field.
Here's your Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game. And you're right, having to go a ways. Going to get into some foul territory and make a very nice play.
You know what I like about this? Second to the catch. That. He popped right up.
Get that ball in. Hey, there's runners aboard, and he doesn't know if they're trying to tag up and advance. Don't assume anything.
Had a little bounce in getting up.
I'm going to assume that they just don't want us to get that story in, and maybe we should just sit on it because.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
El Dorado and monster truck.
I guess what do you go with Hunter Wood? He looks like a lead singer from an 80s hair band.
2-0. Enough time, we'll think of something.
Yeah.
Fly ball back to left. Field waits for this one. Makes the catch. Two men left on base. It's 7th inning stretch time. 6-1 Texas.
In the game for Trivia Tuesday, we asked you who holds the Rays rookie record for strikeouts in a single season. If you answered C, Matt Moore, you are correct. He had 175 strikeouts in 2012 as a rookie. Dwayne NBA?
Thank you very much. And he's been good tonight.
Well, he absolutely has. And bit of a bumpy start for him. After that, started moving the ball around the strike zone and getting some help there. He had that inning where he threw 4 strikes, 9 balls, and got 3 outs. Climbed the ladder there with the heater. How about that little cutter down and in to get the swing from Ramos? And you know, coming back, you are motivated to face your former team, especially in their building, and he's living up to it here tonight.
Cutting a miss by Rob Refsnyder, strike 1.
We got a name, Dwayne. It only took us 1/2 of an inning, or actually an in-between innings.
And I'm going to give you all credit for this.
No.
It was your creativity. Down to short, 6-3, and that's the first out.
But I needed some help with the execution of it. I knew where I wanted to go. I couldn't remember exactly. And but you know, the truck, of course, jumped all over it. They knew what I wanted. They went and they got it. And we're going to go with Steel Dragon.
Yeah, good idea.
Steel Dragon, the fictional band in the Mark Wahlberg.
You can always count on the truck.
Yeah, like I said, you've got the idea, and they hook you up. But I like that Steel Dragon.
It's great stuff. There you are, right there.
Yeah.
One strike count on Field. And the foul ball straight back and off the facing of the broadcast area. 0-2. Another foul ball. This one back into the stands. The end of the bat. Field reached on Moore's error in the 2nd inning, and then hit a fly ball to center in the 4th. Rays picked up an unearned run in the 3rd. Their last hit was in the 3rd, a base hit by Adeiny Echeverria. And that takes care of Field. So 2 gone.
Oh, the curveball. You can see Centeno sliding over down and in. And he ends up dropping that thing. There you see the grip. Drops it right on that outer 3rd, goes out and gets it, but it's still right there on the plate.
Smith takes it down. 1 ball, no strikes. This one is foul the other way. Going to be out of play, 1-2. Two outs, base is empty. It's down, 2-2. The Rays got credit for a hit in the 3rd by Crone. Could have been a fielder's choice and an error. Turned out to be scored a hit and an error. So that's going to be the most recent hit the Rays have. And a walk to Robertson, base hit Echeverria. Gomez struck out, and then Crone reached out. They scored a hit and an E6, allowing the run to score, and then Ramos grounded into the double play. Crone had a hit in the first to extend his hitting streak to 7. And there's strike 3 called on Malik Smith, and they didn't like that. So we're through 7, 6-1 Texas.
Baseball returning to Puerto Rico. First time since 2010. You can see Francisco Lindor, obviously from Puerto Rico, on his teammate Roberto Perez, Jose Barrios of the Twins. And guess what? He would cause the place to erupt. Scoreless in the 5th inning, a 2-run blast there of Jay Odorizzi. You can imagine the emotions running through that stadium.
Yeah, that was a great shot of his mother to add to the drama.
What could you imagine? Going back home in a scoreless ball game.
Yeah, that's just
division
great stuff.
matchup, you know. 2-run shot. Actually, a couple more would chase Odorizzi, and the Indians in control of that game as we speak.
There's a strike to Drew Robinson. The count is 1-1. Rays have Hunter Wood on the hill in relief of Yanni Chirinos. Pitched into the 6th inning, 5 2/3 for Chirinos. 2-1. Two now. That went a bit outside, and the count's going to go full. And ball 4, leadoff walk to the number 8 hitter. So, man at first, nobody out. Tomorrow on Rays Live, day game, the pregame show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. It'll be along at 12:30. We'll hear from Jake Faria, and Orestes will break down the play of Daniel Robertson, and he's been swinging a good bat and playing all over the place at second base, where he really likes tonight. Carlos Tocci takes a pitch too low. 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter Wood has been in the Rays organization since he was drafted in the June 2013 draft. takes off, tap to third. Charge down there by Snyder, throw to first in time. Robinson takes second on the tap. And a reminder, Fox Sports uncovers the stories of aspiring MLB players with Cape Cod, a journey to the bigs, premiering on Fox Sports Florida. That'll be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. That'll be a good watch right there. Cape Cod, a journey to the bigs. Now the top of the order, Shin Soo Choo. That's a ball. 1-0. Matt Moore has limited the Rays tonight to just a run on 5 hits. 2-0 to Chu. Now Wood with high velocity. Now it's 2-1.
Every once in a while in that delivery, there'll be a slight pause at the top of the leg kick just to throw in some deception.
And he gets a call there. The count is 2-2.
Probably not going to do too much, obviously, with the runner on base, but you see a modified slide step. You get these right-handed pitchers got to give runners different looks, especially when they're over there at first base. Obviously, Robinson out at second now. You get a good look at him.
And a balk is called by Chad Fairchild.
Well, flinch.
It moves Robinson over to third.
You know, and as soon as you make that flinch, your immediate reaction is just step off and hope that no one saw it. See that movement right there, just
there you go.
So subtle. And your instinct says step off and just pretend like everything's natural, but they caught it.
Now the breaking ball is low. The count is full. Chop. Echeverria is going to come to the plate, and the tag got him. Robinson called out by Alfonso Marquez, and we'll see if the Texas Rangers decide to challenge this. And Ramos on the tag, a little shaken up. So the Rays will take a look at Ramos. We'll take a look at the play again.
Yeah, on contact. Good job there by Echeverria. Pulled over there on that right side, basically playing second base, pulled in. He's got to get rid of it quick. And let's take a look here. Oh, the foot ends up short. If the foot is on the plate, he gets there.
Yep.
But you see the tag right there. And yeah, that wrist got caught in there, and the foot never got to the bag. Boy, oh boy, that was awfully close.
Well, Robinson out at the plate, and Ramos is going to stay in the game. Chu reaches on a fielder's choice. Here's the tag again.
See, that foot never gets to home plate. The tag gets in there. That's for sure. Five-hold him, Dwayne.
Yes, he did, just in the nick of time. And now the first pitch to the shortstop, Kiner Falefa, is a strike. short. That one skips by Echeverria. How about Kiner Falefa? He has 4 hits tonight, is 4 for 5. So it's first and second with 2 outs.
Hits that ball hard, 1 hop, and a do or die type play for Echeverria. Trying to read it, get a hop that he can handle. Just gets up over top of that baseball.
And here is Mazzara. Strike the count. Mazzara with a hit. He singled in the 7th inning. Has reached on an error and a fielder's choice. Two. Texas now with 6 runs and 10 hits, double figures in the hit department. And off the end of the bat, cued foul. Wood entered the game in the 6th. Had a scoreless 7th, gave up a couple hits. A couple base runners aboard in the 8th. Trying to get the final out. He's ahead of Mazzara. Into center field. That's going to drop in front of Smith. The run will score. Crossing the plate, Chu. Kiner Falefa heads to third on the RBI single by Mazzara. Now it's 7-1 Texas.
Well, Texas, the offense has kept pressure on the Rays here all night. Base runners seemingly every inning, and continue to cash in. A pitch that caught a little bit too much plate. Mazzara able to drop it out into center field.
Here's Beltre. Couple of runs batted in and lines it into left. Field is there to make the catch. Texas scores a run, leaving 2. 7-1 Texas.
8th inning, and here's your Coors Light refreshing finish. And I'll tell you one entity that's glad to see that Matt Moore's finished, and that's the Rays lineup. They did have some opportunities early, but Matt Moore, as the game went on, progressively got better and better. Showed a nice 4-pitch mix. That fastball, very firm, was able to use it up and down in the zone, in and out. There's a nice cutter right there. We saw the curveball, a few changeups. How about that backdoor, baby? And I'll tell you, he comes back into Tropicana Field, and the Rays fans, they saw him do that an awful lot as a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. Tonight he does it against them. 7 strong innings, gives up a run. It was unearned, 6 strikeouts and a couple of walks.
Well, the Texas Rangers had to like what they saw tonight from Matt Moore. The Rays will now face Kevin Jepson. It's Rays alumni night on the mound for the Texas Rangers.
Well, Jepson on for the 9th time, and Dwayne, you're absolutely right about Matt Moore, but he was being assaulted by Jeff Bannister in the dugout we just saw. They loved it.
There's a strike to Robertson. He's quickly down on the count behind Jepson. Yeah, managers love when starting pitchers go 7 innings and give up 1 unearned run.
In this day and age,
yeah, that makes him extremely happy.
All you can think of doing is going down and choking him. Roughing him up a little bit in the dugout.
Right. That's right.
That makes their job a lot easier. You know, instead of going out and pulling a guy out after 5 1/3, or, you know, and then play matchup all the way down. Your offense is giving you a lead. Your starting pitcher gave you 7. This is like 1999 baseball.
High right there, 2-2. Well, Moore gave up 2 walks, and both of them were drawn by Robertson. Alex Colomé doing some throwing in the bullpen. Robertson fouls it out of play. Fouled again. The Rays scored a run in the 3rd, and that was scored by Robertson when he led off the inning with a walk. Catches the corner, and he is caught looking. Robertson, the first out in the 8th. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun. Brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Kubota. For more information or to find a Kubota dealer near you, log on to gokubota.com. And by your local Ford dealers. Gone in the 8th. Here's Adeiny Echeverria. Which is too low. The Texas bullpen starting to put together a little scoreless streak. Cut and a miss. It's 1-1. Jepson entered this game with the bullpen working on a scoreless streak of 11 1/3 innings over the last 3 games. Upstairs. It's 2-1. Rays and this Texas ball club square off again tomorrow. It'll be an afternoon game. And now Echeverria finds the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Faria against Cole Hamels in tomorrow's game. And our coverage on Fox Sports Sun begins at 12:30. 4th start of the year for Jake Faria. Number 5 coming for the Texas left-hander. There's a base hit for Echeverria. And he has a 3-hit night. So he's gathered half of the Rays' hits tonight.
Right fielder, Carlos Gomez.
Great shot of the 4-seam grip right on the outer edge. Plate coverage there by Echeverria to get it into left field.
Here's Carlos Gomez, 0 for 3 tonight. And that one gets him. So Gomez on the first pitch, hit by Jepson.
That 4-seamer just got away. They're trying to go away, and that ball in right off the back of that left elbow area.
Two men aboard with 1 out. Here's C.J. Cron. Ground ball third, comes up. Beltre down to second, over to first. 5-4-3 on the double play. The Rays are retired in the 8th. We go to the 9th, 7-1. And by your local Honda dealer. Alex Colomé on to get some work here in the 9th inning with the Rays down 7-1. 7th appearance for Colomé. Joey Gallo is going to be the first man to face Alex. Chirinos, Wood, and Colomé. Matt Bush is busy in the bullpen now for Texas. And Colomé throws a strike. There's Bush. Oh, one. A little chop down to first, and a nice scoop there by Crone to get Gallo. So one gone in the ninth.
Number 67, Guzman.
Those hops are unnerving. It's not that short hop, and it's not where you can back up and take a high hop. You just commit yourself to get that glove open as wide as you can and fish for it. Can't go back. Not going to get a short hop. Ooh, uncomfortable, but well done by Crone.
Now Guzman. And a strike call. You know, the Rays finished off the eighth on that 5-4-3 double play. They've hit into 4 inning-ending double plays in this game. It's been one of those nights. Oh, 2. Upstairs, 95 on that one. Want to see a little heat here from Colomé tonight. Talk about the cutter and using that a lot.
Almost exclusively.
Yeah, kind of freewheel it here.
Yeah. Hey, you know, when he has gone to the fastball more, he's been up in the mid 90s pretty comfortably, and that would go a long way towards helping out that cutter, because I think early on he got cutter heavy. Teams took notice, and that's all they looked for. Completely disregarded the fastball.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the game now. With all the surveillance, I mean, maybe society across the board's like that, but certainly baseball, there aren't any secrets. I mean, there's so much video and information available, and now Guzman out on strikes right there. Not effective after seeing all the heat. So that's out number 2. And you're right, doesn't take teams long. I mean, they're right on it. If you show any tendencies, that's quickly picked up and used against you. Here's Centeno, the catcher. Ooh, this one right over Centeno's head. Behind him as he ducks it. 1-0. It's some interesting stuff going on here. You know, we thought about wondering, you know, when Gomez was hit by that pitch, if that had anything to do, because Gomez was the guy who threw to first on Beltre. Thought, well, maybe, you know, that's something that entered into it. And then you thought, well, better of it, maybe not. Now that pitch is sailed by Centeno. And a fly ball into center field, left center, and that's in between Field and Smith. And Centeno has himself a base hit.
Boy, there was some hesitation there between Malix and Johnny Field moving in on each other. Just a little bit of hesitation there at the end, maybe, you know, communication. These guys have not played together out there very much at all. And right there, everybody kind of, Malix Smith kind of pulling off and letting Johnny Field try to make a tremendous catch. And he's made a number of them there tonight.
Yeah, he's been all over left field, from foul territory all the way over into left center and almost into center field for that one. Here's Drew Robinson. Pitch is a strike.
Well, this is what I'll tell you. If they're after that pitch, if there is anything going on,
Yep.
I mean, it's going to happen at some point.
Centeno.
So this will play itself out,
Yep.
and we will find out. There was something after the hit by pitch with Jepson, kind of, you know,
Yep.
just wonder, but keep it to yourself. Then you see that pitch right there over the top of Centeno, and you say, well, maybe it's a little something more. And you know, it's starting, you know, to potentially build. It could be nothing, but
Yeah,
if
well,
something goes on, you know, Jepson was so good with his fastball command that inning too. And you get the, you know, Beltre's talking to him. Did you? Was that for me? No. Okay. And then you've got 2 outs, top of 9. He's been. And who knows?
Yep.
Like I said, it could be nothing.
Could be nothing. It could
Stay
be.
tuned.
Yeah.
Maybe not tonight. There is a game tomorrow.
12:30, by the way.
Yeah.
Airtime.
Rolling right out of bed,
Yep.
throwing down.
Get right back after.
I like it. Why wait around?
It's upstairs now, 1-2. Robinson bunted his way on in the 2nd inning and scored a run. He walked in the 8th. He was part of that close play at the plate when he was tagged out. 2-2. Colomé with a ground out and a strikeout. And the base hit by Centeno. Texas with a dozen hits tonight, 7 runs. And a full count. Centeno will be off with the pitch. There he goes. Here it is. Hit on the ground to first. Bobbled by Crone. Colomé is over to cover to retire the side. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. Bottom of the 9th coming in a 7-1 ball game. We've got A 7-1 game going into the bottom of the ninth. Rays have been out hit 12-6.
Did you just abort the landing? You just aborted the landing. You were there.
A little tough weather right around the landing strip.
I had goosebumps. I had goosebumps.
Matt Bush on the mound right now for the Texas Rangers. Wilson Ramos will lead it off and skies one up the right side. That's going to be a foul ball and out of play. One strike the count with Snyder on deck, and then ref Snyder to follow. Moore worked 7 innings, and he is the pitcher of record for Texas. Yanni Chirinos worked 5 2/3 for the Rays. Struggled a bit. There's a high fly ball toward the right field corner, and that ball is gone. Home run. Mazzara went all the way back, and as the wall angles in, first home run of the year for Ramos disappeared over that wall. The Rays make it a 7-2 game.
And if you were taking odds on where that first home run would be hit, nobody would have gone there. Nobody would have gone there. But Wilson Ramos showing you how strong he is. Matt Bush has got a good fastball, but he gets underneath that baseball and gets enough of it right down the right field line.
Brandon Snyder taking a pitch for a strike. He has struck out and twice grounded out. First home run of the year for Wilson Ramos. Foul out of play, 0-2. Going away. Makes it 1-2 now. Two. And that home run puts an end to that little scoreless streak that the Texas bullpen had put together, 12 1/3. And they're finally touched for a run. And a cut and a miss. Snyder's out on strikes. Reminder, Rays Live, the post game presented by WB Mason, right around the corner with Rich and Orestes anchoring the coverage. We'll hear from Kevin Cash in the manager's press conference, and Michelle Margot has interviews from the clubhouse, all on Rays Live, the post game. Rob Ref Snyder. Pitch is a strike. He picked up a base hit back in the second, couple of ground ball outs since then. Breaking ball low and outside. 1-1. .99 right there, 1-2.
And a low fly. That's a low fly 99. I mean, he works that fastball with such backspin down into the zone. It almost rises down in the zone, if that's even remotely possible to wrap your mind around.
In on him, and a ground ball to Robinson at second. I'll tell you, Ref Snyder had to fight that off end to make contact, and then Robinson had to battle it out there at second base.
Everybody, he was getting in on everybody.
Well, 2 gone after the home run by Ramos. Johnny Field, 0 for 3, reached on an error his first time. Hit a fly ball to center and has been called out on strikes. Skies it into right center. Tochi and Mazzara there to make the catch to end this one. And the Rays and the Texas Rangers have divided the first two. 7-12 and 2, 10 left for the Rangers, 2-7 and 1 for the Rays. Moore the winner, Chirinos the loser. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Statch, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. If not the outcome, we'll be with you tomorrow at 12:30 on Fox Sports Sun for the wrap-up game of this series. From the Trop, good night, everyone. Rays Live, the post game next.